So today I'm going to be showing you how to import photos and videos into iMovie to create a finished video product. So you're going to open iMovie, you can search for it to find it easily. You'll open it, you'll click Create New, and you'll click Movie. So when you open up your screen, you will see in your top left where you can import your media and you can add titles, backgrounds, audio, transitions. Top right is going to be your screen of what your video preview will look like. And your bottom half of the screen shows your timeline of your videos and your photos. So we're going to start with just opening and importing all of our media. So we're going to click on My Movie 3, Import Media. It opened to the folder that I have my movies in, but if you were to open Documents, you could find your folder, and I have all of my photos and videos here. I'm going to select all of them and click Import All. I import all mine at once so that I don't have to go back and forth as I'm creating my movie to import my media. So I'm going to start with doing a title page. There's all of these you can choose from. I'm just going to click this basic one. You're going to click it and don't let go and drag it to your timeline. Now I'm going to edit our text. And hit enter. Click in the front and click your spacebar and it'll show your preview of what your title will look like. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter because I don't think it needs to be 4 seconds long. So you're going to hover over this end part, see where it brings up the 2 arrows, and you're going to click and drag. I'm going to make it about 3.2 seconds and let go. And then I'm going to want a transition that goes from my title screen to my first photo. So I'm going to click Transitions. And for these, you also just click and drag. So say you wanted this one, you can click it, drag it to the end, and preview it. Say you don't like that one, you can click it, highlight it in yellow, and press the delete key. So I like the cross dissolve ones, and notice how this is making our title shorter. So I'm going to go ahead and extend it back to about, we'll do 3 seconds. So now we have our transition. Now we need to go into our first photo. So we're going to drag Ash's first photo, click and drag over here. We're going to add a transition. I like to keep it with the same transitions just so that everything looks consistent. So it shortened this to 2.5 seconds. I'm going to drag it out to about 3. And to preview your whole thing, see this white bar right here that appears whenever I move my mouse. I'm going to click over here and it sets it right there, and click your space bar and it'll play your whole video. So I like that. So I'm going to now go and import Ash's video that talks about her memory. Click and drag it. And I like to make sure that the transition doesn't cut off any of her voice. So I'm going to preview it. And it landed perfectly. So I'm going to go to the end, but before I do that, I'm going to scroll this little scroll bar next to the settings and make the view a little bit smaller so that I don't have to be scrolling for ages down the timeline. So at the end of Ash's video, we're going to add another transition. So that ended perfectly. So now we're going to go and import Julia's. her photo goes first, and then her video. And you can always add a transition in between. So see, that time I added the photo and the video, and you'll just click transitions, click and drag, and add it right in between. Now I want to make sure that this photo lasts for 3 seconds. And we're going to make sure her video starts easy, so it starts very well. Now we're going to scroll to the end, and at the end I think she does a sign to her camera person, so we're going to cut that out. So we're going to crop that. So we're going to just click and drag a little bit to delete that part, and it ends a lot more smoothly. Then we're going to add her transition. Perfect. Now I'm going to import the last photo, which is mine. We're going to click and drag. And my video, click and drag. We're going to add the transition in between. And make sure that my photo lasts 3 seconds, like all of the other ones did. And then in the beginning of my video, I have a lot that I need to cut out because it shows me like getting set up for the video, so I'm just going to crop that. Preview it. So that is a lot better, and it doesn't show me getting up from the camera. In the end, it shows that too, so I'm going to crop that out. And I want to crop a little bit more. So that's a lot better. And then for my final transition at the end, I'm just going to fade the screen to black. So the transition cut off a little bit of me talking. And that's much better. So then we have all of our photos and our videos in line with our transitions and our title screen. So to preview the whole thing, again, you can click at the very beginning where the white bar shows up and hit your space bar, and it'll play the entire video. We're not going to watch the whole thing for the sake of time, but you get the point there. And you can add audio and more titles. We could have added more titles in between everyone's. You can add more, you could add backgrounds, you could add even more media. You could really play around with this, but for the sake of time, I just showed you the simple cropping, editing, transitions, and how to navigate your iMovie screen. And so now after you have it all finished, you're going to go in this top right and click this export button. I'm going to save it as a file, and we're going to title it memory video, and we're going to click next. You can change your quality and resolution, but we're just going to leave it at the standard. And I'm going to save mine to my desktop and click save. Now it takes a little bit to save depending on the length of your video and the resolution and quality that you set it at, but this circle up here will show your progress of it saving. And so after it finishes, it'll save it and you have your final product video. So yeah, you just learned how to import photos and videos into iMovie to create a finished, beautiful product.